Hi there and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to draw and paint these Easter peeps and jelly beans. So let's get started. Okay, to start I'm just going to show you how to draw these peeps. And for those who prefer to trace it onto watercolor paper, there's a link below to a free PDF of this that you can just print out and you hold it up against a window during the day, or if you have a light box, place a piece of watercolor paper on top and then just lightly trace it onto the watercolor paper. All right, so I'm going to put the, we're going to start with the bunny peep, and I'm just going to put it here so you can see how the marks I'm making correlate to this over here. So keep in mind that the bunny and also the chick are featured at an angle. So when we draw these things, we want to draw them this way. Okay, so to start, I'm just going to make two kind of parentheses right here and here. This one's got a little bit, it's more like a R, lowercase r, okay? Like so. And then if you look at this, it's almost like an urn shape, right? So you're going to come down, going to make a flat bottom, or it's like a C shape actually, or kind of like a C or an L hybrid, and then bring this down and like so. Okay. And then for the ears, I'm just going to bring this up a little. You're going to, if you look at this, it's almost like a V done in bubble, bubble, I can't even talk, bubble letter form. So with this side higher than this one. So starting here, I'm just going to go up and down, and then this is just going to come out like that. And then we've got to show that, to show that it's at an angle and it's three-dimensional, not just flat. We're going to draw the side. So you're going to start here, just go up, come out, and then down like so. And then for here, you're going to just make, starting here, you're just going to bring it down like that. I'll shade it in so you can just see it better. And if it's not perfect, don't worry. It's just a fun, something to keep our mind off the news. Okay, like that. And then we want to show, we would be able to see, because it's at an angle, the right side of the left ear. So I'm just going to bring this down and like so. And then the easy way to make the eyes and the nose is to just make a light V shape, Y to V, right there. And then you just put a circle at each point, like that. Okay? You can make this a little wider if you want. All right. Just going to erase those lines. Okay, so moving on to the chick, if you look at the chick, it really is a series of C shapes. So you've got a C here, you have another one here, and you have one here. Okay, so to start, I'm just going to have you make, put it up here so you guys can see it. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to do this one first. Let's see. So starting here, you're just going to make a rounded shape like so. A horseshoe shape, think of it. And then you just want to bring this like that. And then we're going to do this C down here. So starting here, you're just going to follow, like do a border around here that follows this, but out. And it's going to be a little, if you want to draw a line here or like put a mark here, it's going to come out right there and then go up like that. Okay. And then for the beak, it's going to be another C shape or like a half moon shape here. So starting here, you're just going to bring this down to meet that, like so. And then we've got to close the beak, bring it down like that. And then you're going to draw a line here. And finally, you're going to put an eye here, and you're just going to close that. Okay. And I'm just going to erase here. Okay, so there you have it. There is your bunny and your chickpea. And so we're going to start painting. So I've gone and I've traced the drawing onto a piece of 8 by 6 inch Arches cold pressed watercolor paper. And the colors we're gonna be using 4 colors. And the first one is citron yellow, a very neon yellow. This is by Winsor Newton. But any bright yellow you have will do. You'll do just fine. The second color is cadmium yellow. The third color is burnt sienna, which is a chocolatey, reddish chocolatey brown. If you don't have this color, you can mix black with cadmium red. And then the fourth and final color we're going to be using is black. Okay, so those are the 4 colors for this painting. All right, in terms of brushes, I've got here there are Princeton Snap Brushes, and I have a size 10, 8, and 2. And I've got my paper towel, my water. The first thing we're going to do is a medium wash of citron yellow on both peeps, all over both peeps, including the eyes. Okay, so I'm just picking up some of the citron yellow. And the ratio of water to paint is really even, if you can see here. Okay, so it's not super watery. I do want the neon to show. So I'm just going to start, and I'm just going to lay it down all over, as I said. And I have the drawing taped down because I'm going to be dropping in some wet colors. So I'm going to be doing wet on wet, and I don't want the paper to buckle. If you're using Canson paper, the paint might dry more quickly than if you're using Arches. So just keep that in mind. You might want to go over with a second coat just so it stays wet before you drop in the shadow. And I'm just rinsing my brush, oops, picking up more of the citron, and I'm just going to do the same with the chick. Okay, and just make sure you have white space between the 2 peeps so they appear as separate objects, not unless you want them joined together. You can do that if you like. It's your painting. Okay, and if the wash is not completely even, don't worry. It's just, you know, if you look at peeps, they have gradient yellows of the same color throughout because they're artificial candy. Okay, second layer of this quickly. Just do it however bright you like. I mean, if you like it less bright, then you can skip the second layer. I just like it a little more vibrant. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to my number, I got here 10. I'm going to switch to my number 8 brush. I'm rinsing the 10 off. I'm just going to put it aside, pick up the number 8. And I'm going to mix together some cadmium yellow with a tiny bit of black, and that's going to be, we're going to put that along here. So that's going to be the shadow, okay? So rinse my number 8 brush, pick up cadmium yellow, want a fair amount, okay? And then I'm just rinsing my brush, and I'm going to tap it against the side so it's not super wet. I'm just picking up a tiny bit of black. Okay, if you do too much black, you're going to get a really brown color, and that's going to be a little too harsh. So, okay, you basically want that color. Oops, that's way too dark. I'm glad I tested that. Yeah, you want that color, okay? So I'm picking up some, rinsing my brush, drying it off, oops. Picking up some of the mustardy yellow color, mixture of cadmium yellow and black, and I'm just gonna drop it along the side. Okay, and that's gonna be the shadow color, represent the shadow. Okay, and you'd have a little along the top of the ear because it is at an angle. And you also have, as I said earlier, you would be able to see, because of the way this bunny is positioned, the right side of the left ear. You can even do, if you like, a little along here, just a hint. And then we're going to do the same, drop that same mixture into the shadows of the chick. And the shadows, just to show you, would be under the beak. It would be along where the breastbone meets the lower half of the body, and then along the rim of the lower body. So I'm just going to start dropping in under the, where the beak is, which would be in shadow. And then starting here, I'm just going to go like that. Some more, I want a little thicker. Yep. Curve slightly here. And then just along, starting this, it would be on the side of the tail here. And then just along the bottom. Okay. And I'd also have a shadow, there'd be a shadow where the two objects meet, so you can do a little thin line right there just to show. Okay, so I'm rinsing my brush out, and now I'm gonna really dry it off with a paper towel, like so. And I'm just, this is a damp brush, not wet. I'm just going to lightly brush along the rim of where I've placed the paint, so that it dries. We don't have a harsh line when it dries. I want it to be a smooth transition between the two colors, so I'm just brushing it like so. It may have even dried, but that's okay. We're not going for realism. It's just supposed to be a whimsical, hopefully fun activity to take our mind off the depressing news. Okay. Okay. And yeah, and then the last thing we're going to do are the, I'm actually going to let that dry a little bit and completely dry, and then we're going to go in and drop and do the eyes and the nose. Okay, so my painting is completely dry, and now we're just going to add the final touches, so the eyes and the nose. And I'm going to take my number 2 Princeton Snap Brush. I'm going to pick up some of the burnt sienna, which is that reddish brown or chocolatey brown. And I'm just going to make circles where I have the eyes marked. I want to leave a little bit of the yellow highlight just so they have a little life to them, per se. Then I'll do the nose right here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, we only have this eye, we would only be able to see the left eye of the chick. So I'm just doing that. Okay, and if you like, I can show you how to add some jelly beans just around. You could also put flowers, some grass. I'm just gonna show you picking up my, grab a number, you can use an 8, I'm gonna grab a number 6 here, just because it's handy. And I'm just gonna show you how to do some jelly beans. You can use any colors you like. I'm gonna start with a Rose Madder pink. It's like a bright pink. You could also use Opera Rose if you have that. And you're just gonna make jelly bean, like oval shapes. And you want to leave just a little bit of white, you know, to show that there would be some highlights on them. Okay, and I think I'm going to take some, what do I have here? This is Indian yellow, which is like a orangey, pretty orangey yellow. It's perfect for spring. I'm going to do another one down here. And the closer they are, objects to the viewer, the bigger they would be. So that would be a little smaller than this one. Okay, and then I'm gonna take some, what do I have, sap green. I'm gonna mix it with some of this, like a spring grass green. Put that right here, oops. Just play around any colors that, you know, speak to you. Let's do 2 more. I'll do a, let's see, do a cerulean blue, or you can use turquoise. Actually, I don't really like that. I'm gonna go in with some turquoise instead. And let's see, I'll do a purple. I'm going to mix it with some of the pink so it's more of a violet. Okay, I'm just going to add that, maybe have a rogue one right here. Okay, so there is your painting of 2 peeps and some jelly beans. I added a black one, and I'm just going to do a red one over here. Okay, and the final thing is you can leave it if you like it as is. I am just going to punch up the eyes a little bit. So I'm going to take some black, going to mix it with some of the burnt sienna to get a really dark brown. I don't want straight black. I just want more of a chocolatey brown. It's just personal preference. So I'm just going to, and I'm going to have some of the chocolate brown peeking through. And there are your Peeps and Easter Peeps and some jelly beans. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope everybody stays healthy and safe.